Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring the gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Oh, we got a good one today, y'all. We are about to have the Gamecocks versus the Auburn Tigers. Gamecocks versus the Auburn Tigers tonight at 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus, the number one team in the country by a large metric. The number one team across the land is playing on ESPN Plus on a Thursday night. I could say so much about that. Now, you know what? I will say so much about that because I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all because if you are number one, which means that you are the premier program in women's basketball, you should not have to look for a basketball game. That basketball game should be thrust upon you. You shouldn't have to scroll up, scroll down on the 6,000 channels that you have on cable, or on the 6,000 channels you have on DirecTV or the Dish or whatever a cable outlet that you have, and the game still doesn't show up. That should not be an issue. You should not have to go to an app to watch the number one team in the country. That's not right. That's not for right. If you are the number one team, you should be the flagship program, and you should be on SEC Network at the least every single time that you play. Every single time you play. That makes no sense to me. SEC Network, ESPN Plus, ESPN2, ESPNU, so many different ESPN stuff, and we got to pay for it to see a basketball game. The number one team. You got Iowa playing on Saturday night. We ain't got no Saturday night games. Iowa playing on Saturday night at 8 p.m. on Fox. South Carolina playing Auburn tonight on ESPN Plus. Some of my fans can't watch the doggone game because it's on ESPN Plus. That ain't right. But because so many people can't watch the game, I'm gonna put it like y'all. I'm gonna visualize like y'all can be there. Y'all can be there. Since you can't watch it on television unless you pay for it. But South Carolina taking on Auburn tonight. South Carolina taking on Auburn. Now, Auburn is a good team. Auburn is a good basketball team. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not an easy win. This is not an easy win for South Carolina. It's not an easy win. First off, it's an away game. Let's start with that. It's an away game, and we've won 28 straight away games? I can't, maybe I'm off. But we won so many away games in a row. And it's an away game, and it's in the SEC. So the teams are going to battle. Any SEC team that challenges South Carolina wants to take us off, wants to knock us down a notch or two. So that's the challenge. SEC game, an away game, and it's just a plethora of teams that are losing. Just so many teams that are losing now. Just so many teams. Kansas State lost last night. Kansas State, the number 2 team in the country, lost last night. But Kansas State losing, Iowa losing, LSU losing multiple times, UConn, all these different, Utah, who I thought was one of the best teams in the country, has lost multiple times this season. So many teams have lost this year. So many teams. But the one constant about this weird season in basketball, or this parity season in basketball, is South Carolina. South Carolina's 19-0. South Carolina 7-0 in SEC play. Everybody's losing except for South Carolina. Now, I'm not the one that's going to say that South Carolina is going to undefeated this season. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that we're infallible and can't lose a basketball game. That would be not right for me to say. All I can say is during 19 games this season, we've been perfect. We've been perfect. We haven't lost the game. So many other teams cannot say that they have not lost the game. So many teams can say that they've lost multiple games, but South Carolina hasn't lost any time. Not one time. Now, we're facing a team in Auburn who has beat some decent teams at 3-4 versus teams that are in the top 60. 3-4 against teams in the top 60, which includes a beating of LSU. Okay, and their ranking, their net ranking is 61st in the country. 61st in the country, so it means that they're a good basketball team. They will make the tournament by all intents and purposes. The strength of schedule was solid, 76. But Auburn got a slight problem. They got a slight problem. They play in South Carolina. They're playing South Carolina. So our net ranking, of course, is number 1. They are 61st. Okay, our strength of schedule is 18th. They are 76. They've beat three teams, lost 4 times against teams in the top 60. South Carolina is 7-0 in the conference and 10-0 versus teams in the top 60. Let me say that one more again. 10-0 against teams that are top 60 in the country. That's South Carolina. Now, you can say that this team here in Auburn is another team that we're going to be 11-0 against top teams that are ranked in the top 61. We can say that because win, loss, or draw, I believe that this game will help Auburn's chances of making the tournament. And I say that this increases their chance of making the tournament because this is going to help them in the strength of schedule. You're helping them strength of schedule because you've got the number 1 team on your docket, on your schedule, on your resume. Okay. Now, if they were to happen to beat South Carolina at home, they would skyrocket up the charts. Okay, but we're not. I don't anticipate happening. I don't anticipate that happening. Don't at all. But I got to give credit with Auburn because they are a solid team. They are really good defensively. They are a good team defensively, and Auburn's team is 4th in the country. 4th in the country in defense. 4th in the country in defense. And like I said before, their strength of schedule is 76, but 4th in the country with a strength of schedule of 76 is pretty good to me. It's pretty good to me. It means that they play some solid teams. Not like their schedule is 212th or 115th or things like that. They're 76. And with that strength of schedule, has some decent teams on their schedule, which makes their number 4 defensive rating more important to me. It means that they have a good defense. They have really good defense. They are coached very well. They have great defensive principles, and they are going to give us problems defensively. They are. They hang their hat on defense, much like South Carolina hangs our hat on defense as well. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. They are a good defense team. And field goal percentage, we're going to break it down some. Field goal percentage, they are ranked 37th in the country in field goal percentage, which means they're very solid. Very solid. 2-point percentage, they're very solid as well, 24th in the country. 3-point percentage, 61st. Steals, 18th in the country. 18th in the country in terms of steals. South Carolina got to play ball. South Carolina has to play ball tonight against their defense. There ain't no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to sugarcoat that. We have to play ball defensively. We have to play ball defensively. I'm drinking water. I'm not drinking no sweet tea just yet. That's for the evening post-game show. We drinking water tonight. Right now, because we got to be about that business tonight. And we got to be effective defensively, offensively against this really good defensive team. Really good defensive team. If you are 18th in the country in steals, that means that you are a pest on defense. So our guards got to take care of the basketball. Our guards got to take care of the basketball, but that's a good thing for us. That's a great thing for us because we take care of the basketball. When you starting the point guard duo of Raven Johnson and Te-Hina Paopao, you are starting a dynamic duo, a Batman and Robin, a Wonder Twins power, you starting the best point guard combination in the country. The best. And taking care of the ball is an obvious need for us. Well, Raven Johnson averages about 1 turnover a game, 1 turnover per game in SEC play. 1. Okay? Te-Hina Paopao averages 2 turnovers per game in SEC play. Our guards will take care of the basketball. And then you throw in Bree Hall, who take care of the ball as well. I think that steal to turnover ratio will be null and void. Null and void. I think we'll take care of the basketball. I think we will. And as far as their overall defense, well, this is the thing. Their overall defense is really good. But they are now playing a step or two ahead of any offense that they've ever played. Any offense they played this year, they are playing the number 2 ranked offense in the country. Number 2 ranked offense in the country. They're going to have a problem too, to a certain degree. We're going to push them. We're going to push them because they're the number 4 defense. We're the number 2 offense. Iron sharpens iron. It's going to be a nice battle when we have the basketball going against their defense. It's going to be nice. They're 37th in field goal percentage. We are number 1. Okay? They're 24th in 2-point percentage. We are 11th. 3-point percentage. They guard the 3 at 61%. And we are still, through 19 basketball games, the number 1 team shooting the 3 ball. Number 1 team shooting the 3 ball. They are 18th in steals. We are 26 in turnovers. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a heavyweight title fight on the defensive end of their court. It's going to be something to see all game long. This is going to be special. I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it. The 2 juggernauts going head up against each other. I can't wait to see it. Now, I said that they are one of the best defenses in the country. You know, let's talk about their offense. Let's talk about their offense. And I don't have as many accolades about their offense as I have about their defense. I don't have as many. I don't have as many. I think they're going to have a problem. Many problems scoring the basketball against our team tonight. I think they're going to have a problem. I think from beginning of the game to the end of the game, I think there's going to be a problem. I think there's going to be a problem for Auburn to score the basketball against the number 1 defense in the country. Number 1 defense in the country. Auburn, offensively, their rating is 165th. Offensive rating is 165th, going against the number 1 team in the country defensively. That is a problem for offense. That is a problem for them. It will be difficult for them. Field goal percentage 166th in the country. Offensive field goal percentage. South Carolina has the number 1 defense in regards to field goal percentage. Problems. Nice problems. 2-point percentage. 2-point percentage. South Carolina's number 1. Number 1 in 2-point percentage allowed. While Auburn is 199th. 199th in 2-point percentage offense. Y'all see the pattern that's going on right here? Y'all see the pattern? It's going to be a problem for offense for Auburn tonight. They playing at home, so they have that advantage. But going against the number 1 team in the country defensively is a problem. It's a problem. And it's something they would have to address. all season. But if specifically against South Carolina tonight, they will. In 3-point percentage, they are not a good 3-point percentage team. They're not a average 3-point percentage team. They are a bad 3-point percentage team, shooting 283rd in the country. 283rd in the country, shooting the 3 ball. Going against a team 21st in defending the 3. All across the board, there's a problem for Auburn tonight scoring the basketball. So their defense will try to keep them in the game. Their defense is going to try to keep them in the game all game long. But at the end of the day, they got to score basketballs. They got to score baskets in order to beat South Carolina. And I don't believe they can score enough to win this basketball game. I don't think they can score enough. I don't believe it. Fewest turnovers game, 104. 104th in the country, which is okay, which is solid. Top 3rd. South Carolina's 95th in steals. So that shouldn't be a problem. That should be median. That should be, a break-even type situation. But assist to turnover ratio, they're 134, which is, again, okay. It's okay. It's not great. It's not great. At the end of the day, they have to deal with the length of a Kamilla Cardoso. They're going to deal with the length and the jumping ability of a Ashlyn Watkins. Sania Feigin, who's been playing great basketball over the last 5-6 games. They got to deal with that size. Perimeter defense of Bree Hall, Raven Johnson, improved Te-Hina Paopao. All these things they have to deal with in this basketball game. And they got to put the ball in the bucket. It will not be easy for Auburn to score tonight. I'm anticipating a game that is a dogfight. I'm anticipating a game where we're going to have to slug it out with them. We have to slug it out with them. I really do. They were going to slug it out with them, but you come into a fight. You know how you come into a fight. Come into a fight, and you can do that old pickaboo defense that Mike Tyson do back in the day. That pickaboo defense. But in the day, you got to throw some blows. So we can do the pickaboo defense as well, but we can throw some right hooks and some left jabs and some uppercuts. Can Auburn do the same? Can Auburn retaliate enough to keep them in the basketball game tonight? Can they do it? Will they do it? Oh, we'll see tonight. We will see tonight on what they can do. I need for everybody who's watching right now. Right now, we got 173 people. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to all the members, silver members, gold members, bronze members. Shout out to everybody. For the silver and gold members, we are doing a live, not a live. We're doing a live show for the silver and gold members on Monday, and chop it up about life, chop it up about whatever y'all want to talk about. And that's a perk of a silver and gold member. T-shirts will be sent out for the gold members. One has already been sent out for one, Michelle Malone. So shout out to everybody. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you get it. Really dope. And continue to like, continue to comment, continue to share, tell a friend about Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Let's go through some of these questions. We're going to do Byron Keith first. Auburn at home is a tough game, almost as tough as LSU at home. LSU is a much better basketball team than Auburn. And I say that knowing that Auburn beat LSU. But, overall, LSU is a better team. They will be coming to play. That's for sure. They will be coming to play. And their defense will try to keep them in the game. But this is a tough game. This ain't no gimme game. This is, you talking about Auburn tonight, and then we got Ole Miss on Sunday. These are two tough games. This is what I love about conference play. You can't dodge. You can't duck anybody. You got to play everybody. You got to play everybody. You got to put on your whole suit of armor and get ready for battle. You have to do that. Otherwise, you will be watching your team lose. You will be watching your team lose. Appreciate the question, though, bro. Or the statement, I should say. She is Bree Rain. They're very disruptive on defense. As long as we reduce turnovers, we're going to be okay. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. They are disruptive on defense. They are disruptive on defense. They have solid players at the guard position, and they are they get a lot of steals. They get a lot of steals. If we watching this game tonight, or you following along on the ESPN app because they suck. But you have to follow along with how many steals Auburn has, how many turnovers we have. If this is a game, this is a Raven Johnson, Te-Hina Paopao type game tonight. They must take care of the basketball. They take care of the basketball, we win the basketball game. If they have multiple turnovers, the game will be a lot closer than the odds are saying. The odds are saying that LSU's got LSU in my mind, that Auburn is a 23 and a half point underdog. Okay? 23 and a half point. And if I was betting, I didn't bet in this game, but if I was betting, I would take the under. I don't think we're going to beat Auburn by 23 and a half points. I don't see that. Gamecock fanatic, not giving Queen Dawn her flowers. I will do it. I was going back and forth with some folks on Twitter this week about Dawn Staley. And it irritates me. It irritates me a lot. That how the disrespect that the Gamecocks get by telecasts and media and having us on ESPN Plus. That just makes me so mad. It just makes me angry. It does. You cannot be the pinnacle of women's basketball and not be on every single time. Every time. And you got to be real careful. Women's basketball is skyrocketing. And I love the publicity. I love the pub. I love everything that the ladies are getting now. But this ain't the NBA. So we got stars. We got a whole bunch of stars in women's college basketball. We got a whole bunch of stars. So we have to promote stars evenly. But in saying that, we have to promote teams as well. This is a team sport. Not a individual sport. And I think maybe that's the problem with South Carolina, because we are a complete team and not a individual. It's not an individual concept. And the media portrays individuals versus teams. So we will have a Caitlin Clark day. We will have a Angel Reese day. We have a Paige Becker's day. But by the way, the best team in the last 5 years is on ESPN Plus tonight. So my wife and I was having that conversation. I said, we just got to whoop everybody. To submission. Whoop everybody. And when you whoop everybody, you have to respect that. So in my mind, since the media is targeting individuals, so when we play those individuals that happen to be on that team, then we just got to whoop them. So at the end of the day, you're talking about South Carolina, not a individual. And I think we're going to do that a lot this season. She is Bree Wayne. I know they're locking up Paopao today, though. They definitely have to score and take care of the ball. If Cardoso shows up, then we good. I think this right here is going to happen. And thank you, She is Bree Wayne. I appreciate it. I think that Paopao is going to have a get-back game tonight. I can feel it. I think Paopao is going to ball out tonight. I really do. I think she's had 2 off shooting games, but in each one of those shooting games, she had 6 assists and 5 assists. Okay? Let's just keep that in context, all right? Paopao has been a point guard extraordinaire, even while her shooting is average by her standards. But I think she's going to ball out tonight, and I hope I'm right. What happens next? I'm looking forward to the front court showing up tonight. I hope Watkins, Kids, Feigin, and Cardoso all get double-doubles. I do as well. And I see a comment by Gamecock fan 23, just announced Chloe is out. She's under the weather. Let me take a sip right here after seeing that. So Chloe Kitts is not playing tonight. Chloe Kitts is not playing tonight. And that's a blow. That's a blow to South Carolina. It's a blow. It ain't going to front. That is a blow to South Carolina tonight. Is it a situation where we're going to lose the ball game because Chloe Kitts isn't playing? Nah. That ain't that situation because we have so much depth. What you're going to see with Chloe Kitts being out this basketball game, you're going to see more Ashlyn. You're going to see more Sania. And you might, this is another concept too. You can see more of a presence of who goes up in the depth chart. So that means that Sakima moves up a little bit more. But for sure, this is a game with Chloe out. This is Ashlyn Watkins' time. This is Sania Feigin's time to ball. They are the power forwards for tonight. So it's time for these ladies to do what they do, to stand on business tonight with the opportunity. Because I always look at it as an opportunity. When top players are out, I look at it as an opportunity for another player to step in and ball out. That's why you have 9 McDonald's All-Americans on this basketball team. That's why you have 9 5-star recruits on this basketball team. That is why you have it. I can't say 9 no more. I can't say 9 no more. I can't even do that. I can't do that no more. I got it because the Dale Tack is there. And Dale Tack is on the team now too. So I can say 10 5-star recruits. I can say 10 McDonald's All-Americans, even though she ain't on McDonald's All-American team. But she would have, if she would have stayed in high school. She was a 26th ranked recruit. So for today and evermore, February the 1st, 2024, we have 10 McDonald's All-Americans on this basketball team and 10 5-star recruits. So it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. That's all I see. It's just an opportunity. Now, Chloe through these 7 SEC games, I just focus on the 7 SEC games. Through these games, she's averaging 17 minutes. She's averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds. She's doing solid. She's doing solid. But those 17 minutes got to go somewhere else. Those 17 minutes got to be distributed to somewhere else. So I see it with the Ashlyn Watkins averaging 22 minutes a game, 7 points, 7 rebounds a game, 3 block shots. So you're going to see Ashlyn Watkins playing about 30 minutes tonight. You're going to see Ashlyn Watkins playing about 30 minutes tonight in this basketball game. You will see Sania Feigin, who's averaging about 14, 15 minutes a game in SEC play tonight, play upwards of 22, 23 minutes a game. Those minutes will be distributed. But here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the problem. The problem is Ashlyn Watkins got to stay out of foul trouble. She got to stay out of foul trouble tonight. That is a must. So I love the block shots. I love the block shots. I love her seeing her jump and throw one into the 4th row. I love seeing that. But tonight, we got to hold that in a little bit because we need you on the floor. We can't have a situation like we had at LSU. Early foul trouble. 2 fouls in about 2 minutes. We can't do that because Chloe ain't there. Now, I know Sania been balling, especially last 5 games. Averaging over 10 points, about 6 rebounds a game in the last 5 games. I know she been balling. But I need, at the utmost, for Ashlyn Watkins to stay out of foul trouble. Because here it is right here. I might not say that the game is in peril because Chloe is out the game. But I tell you this right here, the game has got a lot closer to me with Chloe out the game. It's got closer. We got closer. And if Watkins get in foul trouble tonight, the game got much closer. Okay? So Chloe's out. Watkins getting in foul trouble tonight. They playing at home. They're a good defensive team. There are some ingredients. There are some ingredients tonight for this game to be close. There's some ingredients tonight for this game to be close. They stirring the pot a little bit. They got some Lowry's. Got some Lowry's added in. They got some old lemon pepper. Got some lemon pepper added in. Got some Goya seasoning added in. There's some stuff going on. So we got to play some ball tonight and stay out of foul trouble. Go back through some more comments. Paris Milan. If a team going to beat South Carolina, better do it soon. Because when Joyce Edwards, Maddie, and Lord willing, Sarah Strong come to South Carolina is over. Definitely got to work on the extreme game. Yeah. Paris Milan, I appreciate the comment. Because Joyce Edwards will be arriving on campus. She has senior day tomorrow night. Joyce Edwards has been straight up balling her senior season. Balling. She had a quadruple double the other day. Who gets a quadruple double? Who gets a quadruple double in a basketball game? Joyce Edwards. That's who does. Joyce Edwards, senior day tomorrow, amping up for the playoffs. Probably, I put my money on it that Camden will win another state championship. I mean, why wouldn't you? And Maddie is so special. And Adele Tack, oh my gosh, that class is just unbelievably good. And Sarah Strong, you bring up a point. Sarah Strong still has an opportunity, still a possibility, still all these illities to come to South Carolina. We'll find out eventually. You got the I don't know how long she's gonna prolong this process. I'm not sure. What I do know is McDonald's All-American game is next month. Well, actually it's April, but they start practice for the McDonald's All-American game late March. Will Sarah Strong make her announcement at the McDonald's All-American game with the best high school players in Houston, Texas on TV? We'll see. Sounds like a good time to make that announcement. Derek Smalley, what's up, my brother? Derek Smalley, appreciate you being a member, man. I appreciate you. Let's get off to a fast start tonight and let's make those early baskets. I agree with you. We have a tendency right now of the first quarter. It don't happen every game, but in a lot of basketball games in South Carolina, the first quarter is sometimes not our quarter. It's just like, especially in away games. So we need tonight for this game to put our stamp of approval on our dominance this year in that first quarter. We need to let them know. We need to let them know quick that this is South Carolina. That there are levels to basketball, and South Carolina is the top level. We need to let them know. We need to let the fans know, because they're going to be crunk. It's like they already crunk. Shout out to everybody who's at the basketball game tonight. Shout out my homeboy, Neil. They're going to be crunk. But we need to let them know that this is Carolina, not Auburn. This ain't LSU. This ain't Tennessee. This ain't none of the team that you kept close or that you might possibly have beaten. This ain't none of those. This is Carolina. We ain't about that mess. The Snyder 4 games, they didn't even score 60, and I expect they will not score 60 tonight. I don't expect them to score 60 points either. I don't expect them to score 60 points at all. I think it's going to be tough for Auburn scoring 45 points tonight against us. I'm saying that, and I'm just being real. I'm not being a crazy deluded fan. I'm not being. I keep it real with you. I keep it real, and I look at the stats, look at the analytics, I look at all this stuff of what they've done, what they can do, what they possibly might do. I think it's going to be tough for Auburn to score 45 points against South Carolina. There ain't no way in hell that you're going to beat South Carolina if you score 45 points. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I don't care if Chloe's out. I don't care if Paopao's out. I don't care if we got 5 players. I don't care if we got 4 players. It ain't no way you're going to be South Carolina scoring those 45 points. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. And I think it's going to be tough. Karen Richardson, preach, Cap. It's a team sport. Appreciate you. It's a team sport, y'all. I don't see what is the allure. I don't think it's what is the allure of hyping up players when you can hype up a whole team. You know, and I'm a Carolina guy. Obviously, right? But to me, the best time in college basketball time, and I'm 48. I ain't 68 or 78 and 98. I ain't none of those 8s. But I tell you this right here: the best time for me watching college basketball was when players, and I'm talking about overall. I'm talking about women's basketball and men's basketball. I'm talking about both. When players played 4 years. Players played 4 years, and I'm talking more specifically about men's basketball. Players played 4 years. You knew all the players. The players didn't jump to the NBA. They cultivated their game. You became synonymous with the players, but you became synonymous with the team, right? So when you talk about in men's basketball, you talk about North Carolina. You talk about North Carolina. You talk about Duke, and I'm talking about in the 90s. That's what I'm talking about. Talk about in the 90s. Then you talk about the players that were on the team, okay? But you talk about the individual teams. The players make the teams better, okay? So when I think I was a senior, I was a junior in high school, senior in high school. My favorite team, hear what I say? My favorite team was a Fab Five. Fab Five. Fab Five. Not Chris Webber, not Jalen Rose, not Ray Jackson, not Juwan Howard, not Jimmy King. The Fab Five. 5 players. My favorite team. Now, in women's basketball, that is not a thing. Now, it damn sure ain't the thing in college basketball, men's. It ain't that thing like that. Because right now in men's basketball, they play about 6 months and they go to the draft, right? But in women's basketball, we are spotlighting players and not teams, and not 3 players, 4 players. We are spotlighting a player. That ain't good. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that whatsoever. Spotlight the teams. The teams. Carolina is a team. Carolina is a beautiful team to watch play basketball. They just don't happen to have one player who is great. They happen to have 8 players who are great. Something about that concept I don't get. Noxious News, up by 15 in the first quarter, up by 25 and a half, score 100 plus. Noxious News, fam, I would love to see that. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think there's any shot of us scoring 100 points tonight. No shot whatsoever. I bet my car outside that we ain't going to score 100 points tonight. Yeah, we ain't scoring on. They got a good defense. And but appreciate that. Michelle Malone, what's up, girl? Thank you for your membership. Gold member, appreciate you. Captain Will, you're so right about the media. It's the same thing with women's softball. I live in Oklahoma, and that's all the media talks about is OU softball. They don't talk about OU softball as who is the best player on OU softball. They don't do that. They talk about them as a team. That's why they're so dominant in doggone softball. South Carolina's a team. That's why we dominant in basketball. And they better. This would be because I'm gonna tell you this right here. March Madness is gonna be showing up soon. And when these commercials start rolling out, and I see these trailers and about, I better see A whole lot of commercials about South Carolina. I better see when they doing that rollout with ESPN and showing the best players and all this, and I better see a lot of South Carolina in that stuff. Because South Carolina is still number one. If South Carolina is still number one when the tournament begins, the first frame better be Carolina. The first frame and the last frame better be Carolina. If it ain't Carolina, I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to have a problem. And I know right now they're clipping up some stuff for that March Madness stuff, and they're going to lead off with Caitlin Clark. And I'm going to lose my damn mind. I'm telling you right now. We got the NCAA tournament, and South Carolina is number one. After all these teams been losing, they better dominate these commercials. I know that. They better dominate. The world know how good South Carolina is. But you better start. These commercials better have Te-Hina Paopao. It better have Raven Johnson. It damn sure better have Raven Johnson after all the mess that was talked about Raven Johnson and that Caitlin Clark mess. It better have Raven Johnson. Raven Johnson better be the doggone poster child of South Carolina in these commercials. That's what better happen. Elect Alex Novak, would you play Breezy, Paopao, and Raven together just to handle the ball? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think of the team, this is something to watch too. This is a team to watch too. I think you're going to see in this game early on, you're going to see less. I think you'll see less Fulwiley. I really do. I think you're going to see less Fulwiley, and you're going to see Raven Johnson and Paopao playing a good bulk of the game tonight. I really do. Because they take care of the basketball. Now, Fulwiley, she averaged about, in SEC play, she averaged about 16, 17 minutes a game, but she also averaged 2 turnovers a game. So we cannot turn the ball over against a team like Auburn. When the game is, out of hand, the game could be out of hand at any point in time. We don't know when the game could be out of hand, but when the game is out of hand, you see more of Fulwiley. Okay. But I think this is a game that we have to lean on. We got to lean on Raven. We got to lean on Te-Hina to take care of the basketball, and especially for Raven to make great decisions. That's what we got to lean on tonight. I think they're going to play a bunch of minutes. In terms of the players that, Auburn have, because they have some good players. They have some good players on this team. They have some solid, good players on this team. The best player, in my opinion, is, their best player, probably honesty, Scott Grayson, 5'9", senior guard. They have a lot of seniors on this team, so they're they've been there, done that. A lot of seniors on this team. SEC play, Grayson's averaging about 28 minutes a game, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. 5'9" player. Okay, she's a good player. She's going to shoot the ball. This might be a game that she shoot 20, 21 times. She's going to shoot the ball. And I think we're going to have a plan for her. I do. Taylen Collins, 6'1" senior forward. She's a solid player too. Solid player as well. Averaging about 33 minutes a game and 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers a game. And I focus. Y'all know Captain Will. Y'all know how I do. I focus on SEC play. I ain't studying about, what was done in non-conference. I don't think about that. That ain't important to me. That ain't important to me. I focus on SEC play and SEC stats. So the numbers that I'm giving you are the numbers that, Auburn has done in SEC play. It don't make sense to me if I include Queens College or CPCC in these stats. It don't make sense to me. It just messes up the rotation. Messes up the rotation. Sydney Shaw. Sydney Shaw's Sydney Shaw. Y'all remember Love and Basketball? Remember that movie? Sania Lathan. Love and Basketball. That was a good movie. That was a really good movie. And I used to call, but it's a fact. We used to call my daughter and our son-in-law Love and Basketball. Both of them played basketball. They was all lovey-dovey in high school. Oh, it's so sweet. They got married. Doing great. Great family. But they're loving basketball. I think Sydney Shaw, was that best man? Somebody correct me. Was that the name of the best man? Okay. She could play 5'9" guard, sophomore guard, averaging about 16 points, 16 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds. So the thing with Auburn, since they play a frenetic pace on defense, they bring in a lot of people. You won't see a situation with Auburn where or I should say like LSU when they play about 6 people. No, Auburn going to play some players. They're going to play some players. They got decent size. They got a center who's 6'4", a center who's 6'5". Neither one of them play major minutes. Both of them average about 15, 13 minutes a game, but they could bring in some size to give us a look, with their size. But they're going to play several players in this basketball team. They're going to play. So you got Jamaya Mingo Young, 5'8" guard, averaging a lot of minutes. She's averaging about 34 minutes a game. 34 minutes a game in conference play. That's a lot of minutes, y'all. That is a lot of minutes, y'all. Average about 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 2 turnovers a game. So what you see in Auburn, when I said it's going to be difficult for them to score 45 points tonight against South Carolina, the only score they have is honestly Scott Grayson. That's the only score. That is real talk, the only score. She will be taking the bulk of the shots tonight. So I'm sure that Coach Staley and staff got a plan to slow her down. I am sure. Make the other players score because they haven't all year. Make the other players score. What a phenomenal concept. Make the other players score. And finally, we talk about Mar'Shaun Bostic. Mar'Shaun Bostic, 5'8", junior guard, 17 minutes a game, 6 points, 2 rebounds, a couple of assists, and another, a couple of steals, a couple of turnovers. I just don't see them scoring enough points, y'all. I just don't see them scoring enough points. And just like the senator said, 4 games, they didn't score 60 points. This is not a game that Auburn is going to score 60 points against the number 1 ranked defense in the country. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Country Notary, back on the media. They pick up on one soundbite and repeat the same little old statement every game, every broadcast. They really just go for clicks. We get way more information from people like yourself, Kat. Hey, I appreciate you, Country Notary. I really do. I appreciate all the love because it boggles my mind. And you make an excellent point. They pick up on one soundbite and they run with it. And these media outlets have so many people working for them. You got the producers, you got the assistants, you got researchers, you got all these different people working for them. And then you got the announce crew. And it just trips me out. It really do trip me out that I'm watching the basketball game. And especially after the basketball game, and I read, the synopsis or whatever after the game. I'm like, did y'all just start watching South Carolina basketball play? It sometimes tripped me out. Like, did y'all just get this assignment yesterday? And hey, I got to do. You get the email. Say, hey, you doing the South Carolina versus Auburn game tomorrow night? Get ready, go and get your flight ready and everything, and do some research about South Carolina, about Auburn. It trips me out. Because I ain't gonna say. I'm not gonna say this right here. I ain't gonna say that I know more basketball than everybody. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that claim. What I will say is I know a whole lot about South Carolina basketball. Okay? I know a whole lot about South Carolina basketball. I do research every single day about this basketball team. And I do research every day about every opponent that we play. do. I don't see why everybody else don't do that. I don't see. And we're going to watch the game tonight. We're going to watch the game tonight. And I know I'm going to be sitting there watching this right here. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. What are they talking about? It sometimes boggles my mind when your job is to research and find the most about a team. Sometimes they don't do that. Sometimes they don't do it. It really trips me out. Mitro, appreciate you for being a member. Thank you so much. You said that is a fact, country. Facts. Karen Richardson. We'll see Maddie play on the 10th and 10th. Oh, you're going to see Maddie play. Okay. On the 10th in PG County. Hope they have a hot sauce with. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Y'all, when y'all see Maddie McDaniel play, and you know, everybody gonna be watching McDonald's All-American game, watching Joyce and watch Maddie play. You will not see the full picture of Maddie McDaniel until she comes to South Carolina. You're not gonna see the full picture. The girl is straight up sensational. She is straight up sensational. Now you're going to see some plays in the McDonald's All-American game that going to be like, oh yeah, we got another one. We got another one because the girl is really good. She is really, really good. And this time next year, we will be talking about Maddie McDaniel. We will be talking about Maddie McDaniel because she is special. She is special. Adam Ritter. Auburn can steal the ball that they beat LSU. Yeah, they beat LSU. Appreciate the comment, bro. They beat LSU. They did. And I was watching that game too, and I was cheering, standing up. I almost spilled my drink. They are pests on the defensive end. They are, but they got to score. They got to score. Now, also with the LSU team, LSU don't have depth, and in that game, you had multiple players playing 35 plus minutes a game. 35 plus minutes in that basketball game. You're gonna see that with South Carolina. And in that game, they only played 6 players as well. So depth and LSU running out of gas has been a problem for them by my eyes. That ain't gonna happen with South Carolina, you know. Shoot, you're right. Sydney Shaw's from Brown Sugar, but you were close. Ooh, she was. I love that movie. That was a good movie, man. That was part of my maturing stages. Brown Sugar, Love Jones, Loving Basketball, Best Man. That rotation was dope. That was oh man, those were some good movies. That was a good movie. Sydney Shaw. Ooh, I was close. Brown Sugar, yeah, that was good. Great chemistry too. So thank you, Kayla McCardle and Donovan and Karen Richardson. Appreciate you for keeping me straight. All right, Michelle Malone, appreciate you as always. Oklahoma women's basketball team upset number 2 Kansas State. You are so right. Oklahoma was unranked and beat Kansas State. This season is crazy, y'all. I don't want to be coming online. I don't want to be doing the show. And a game that we like tonight, let's say this tonight, we 23.5-point favorite and we lose the basketball game. I don't want them scenarios to happen in my mind. I don't want to come on the show because I'll be drinking some yak. Then. Only time I drink yak was when I'm trying to put away the demons, try to get my mind right. That's my old people drink. Some yak. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be drinking no yak tonight. I want us to play this game, even with Chloe sitting out. I want us to play this game well. Because at the end of the day, we are the more talented basketball team. Does the more talented basketball team always win? No, it doesn't. Because if that was the case, all these highly ranked teams wouldn't be losing these games at such a clip. But I don't need that. I don't need it. I don't need that at all. But we have Breezy Hall. Who is balling in the SEC play, averaging 12 points a game, 4 rebounds, 28 minutes a game, playing really good defense. I think she's going to play a solid game tonight. I think she's going to have a solid game tonight. We have Te-Hina Paopao, who is averaging 29 minutes in SEC play, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers. 5 assists. Te-Hina lights out Paopao. We already know the shooting stats. Raven Johnson averaging 27 minutes a game, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. That's Raven Holloway Johnson. That is Raven Holloway Johnson. So led by that 3-guard rotation, I ain't worried. We will protect the ball tonight. If we don't protect the ball tonight, we might have a different conversation this evening around 10 p.m. when I go live. But I'm not putting that bad juju out there. Kamilla Cardoso, I expect her to play well, do the Kamilla Cardoso things that she always do. She plays about 26 minutes a game, averaging a double-double, 13 points, 12 rebounds, 2 block shots a game, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. That's our 6'7" senior extraordinaire, Kamilla Cardoso. This game is important for Ashlyn Watkins. It is important, especially with Chloe out the basketball game now. It's important. It is important. She's averaging 22 minutes of play in SEC play with 7.7 rebounds and 3 block shots. But I need her to step up more tonight. Ashlyn Watkins, I need you to ball. I need you to be that player that we know and we love and that who can control on both ends of the court. I need you to be that player tonight because we don't have Chloe. So this is your opportunity to stand on business and do what you do. Okay? Ashlyn Watkins needs to play like we want her to play tonight. MiLaysia Fulwiley is averaging about 16 minutes a game in SEC play. She averaged 10 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, about 2 turnovers, about a steal per game. 16 minutes. If she plays 16 minutes tonight, I need 16 minutes of non-turnover MiLaysia Fulwiley tonight. We have to take care of the basketball tonight. James Hickson, Captain Will, South Carolina will never get its due when it comes to TV. ESPN don't like South Carolina. You know it. UConn, Iowa is their baby. I agree with you 100% with that. It is, you know what this is? I also say LSU. And it could be, because this is the thing, right? Because a lot of things is clickbait, right? So see what's trending. And I know that's what the metric that ESPN does to see what's trending. Whatever's trending the most, we're going to talk about. So Caitlin Clark is trending. We're going to talk about Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese is trending. We're going to talk about Angel Reese. LSU is trending. Well, all these different things. I don't care about what's trending. I care about who's the best. You may not like who's the best. You may not care for Dawn Staley. I don't care. If South Carolina's the best team, you need to showcase the number 1 team. That's it. Bottom line, cutthroat. That's it. The number 1 team should never be on ESPN Plus. Ever. By no shape of imagination that the number 1 team, and I'm not just saying that because of South Carolina. I'm not saying, no, don't get me wrong at all. Whoever's the number 1 team should never be on ESPN Plus. I said like this right here. Any top 5 team should never be on ESPN Plus. You got all these games over in the Pac-12, and you got to have the Pac-12, code, the app, in order to watch it. The Pac-12 is the best conference in women's basketball. The best conference in women's basketball, and most of the time, we can't even watch the damn games. What are we doing? What are we doing? Then the tournament come up, and Pac-12 is balling out, but we don't. The casual fan don't know because they ain't seeing them. They're like, how the Pac-12 team beat the SEC team? Because Pac-12 was really good, but we don't see them. So if anybody from ESPN watch your boy, let them know in the morning meeting tomorrow. Let them know that no team in the top 5 for sure, the number 1 team across the land, South Carolina, should ever be on ESPN Plus. That game should be on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU as the third option. Every single time. We got a lot of comments. And we got about 15 minutes before the game starts, so we're going to have to close this out. So many comments, and if I don't get to your comment, I'll try to get through all of them. Ernest Boyd, Captain Will, I strongly agree with you. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Ronnie McKnight, Auburn likes the pressure on defense, means our guards have to look for the back cuts, plus they have to take care of the ball, especially against this type of team. You are so right, brother. You are so right. They have to. Ooh, she is Bree Wayne. Ooh, you might touch a nerve to some folks. You might touch a nerve. Bree Hall becoming what we thought Bree Bill was gonna be. That's a future show right there. And I love both players. I love the 4 years that Bree Bill was here. Loved it. But Bree Hall is turning into her right in front of our eyes. Robert Whitaker, easy win. Big B, Cap, do we know if Cardoso will miss games to return home for trials? The word on the street is that she will be going. The word on the street is that she's going to miss the UConn game. That's the word on the street for sure, that she's going to miss the UConn game. And I encourage it. You got opportunity to be on Brazil's Olympic team. Girl, you go do you. You go do you. We'll be all right. We will be all right when you come back. We'll be all right. More to follow on that. Let's do a prediction. Prediction for this game against the Auburn Tigers. I expect the game to be close to first quarter. I expect Auburn to come out with some fire, come out with some buzz, come out with the crowd are going to be lit. I expect them to really be hype. I expect them to really be hype and come out with that defensive intensity, that defensive tenacity. I think the game in the first quarter is going to be close. And I think as the game continues on, that South Carolina's talent will prevail. I think Carolina will wear them down, and I think Auburn will have a difficult time to score. I'm not anticipating a game in which Carolina just goes crazy offensively. I don't see that whatsoever. I think a game like this with Carolina, I'm seeing a point score of probably about 70 points, and Auburn maybe getting 50. That is what I see. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Auburn to score the basketball tonight. And I think that defensive rebounding will be big for us. It will be big for us. We have to out-rebound Auburn tonight. We have to out-rebound Auburn because they're not going to score the ball much, so we can't give them multiple possessions. We can't give them multiple possessions to score the basketball. We get the defensive rebound, handle the ball, take care of the basketball. We need to have 12 or less turnovers in this basketball game. 12 or less turnovers in this basketball game. That is a key to success for this basketball team. 12 or less. When LSU lost to Auburn, I believe they had 21 turnovers. 21 turnovers. We cannot have a game tonight where we turn the ball over 20 times. If we turn the ball over 20 times, we are in a problem. We're in a problem. We turn the ball over 20 times. We're in a problem if Auburn controls their offensive glass. We are in trouble if Ashlyn Watkins gets in foul trouble. It's a lot of different scenarios for us to make this game close or potentially lose. But at the end of the day, I see Carolina winning by 15 to 20 points in this basketball game. I'm saying a score of 70 to 50. 70 to 50 for the Gamecocks tonight. And we will be drinking sweet tea, and it will be shot o'clock tonight around 10:01 p.m. Let's watch this game. Let's enjoy this game. Let's have fun tonight. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. iHeartRadio, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you may get it. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.